And I'm into it just enough, and I'm just excited about it enough that they worry about me. I said, don't worry, I have a plan. 20 years from now, if I haven't been on Johnny Carson, I will quit. Okay, let's get together, folks. My problem is I'm an old guy, and I am not hip. Can't see you anyway, so... Okay, I am not hip. I think Kanye West is an airline. I think when it comes to roids and baseball, I say, if somebody wants to play with hemorrhoids, let them. Just don't call the squeeze play. I think anal is really, really clean. I think a tramp stamp is something you get at a homeless shelter. I'm totally not hip. The guy, Kevin, who's backstage, I was at his show, and I gave him such a bad time, he called me well, I won't say it. It's a dirty word, and I don't use dirty words. But it's a, it's a long word that starts with M, and it ends with fucker. Okay? So he called me an M fucker, and I said, my mother is dead, you know? And he said, no, I mean, it's... But I didn't know that there's another meaning to it. Like, just generally, I don't like you. No, I like you fine. I don't like her. Fine. I like all of you. You're all... Hey, we've been picking on you because you're in the light here. Should I pick on... Where's my daughter?
Hi.
Hi, there's my daughter. There's my sweetheart. Yeah, she's here. That's my... I married a beautiful woman and got a beautiful daughter. Had to. I couldn't have gotten a beautiful daughter with this face. Right? Don't agree right away like that. Let's see you. Okay, that's pretty good. So I'm so not hip that I had to make up a dirty joke. Because I don't do dirty jokes. So this is my one dirty joke for the night.
Woo!
Fasten your seatbelts. Here we go. It's got about 26 dirty jokes in it. You can keep track if you like. My brother butt fucks me from behind while my sister sucks my scrotum. You eat shit while you masturbate to the pictures of little tiny Asian women's little tiny vaginas. Your dick is wonderfully small for a black man, but twisted, wonderfully twisted. I come, you come, we come, he comes, she comes, we all come together. Yes, we can. Oh, Obama. I put PhD in your Pepsi so you pass out. And the parade of perverts and their pets pass over your prostrate body. And they poke, prod, penetrate, perpetrate peccadillos on your piebald protoplasm. I saved the Centaurum to synthesize psychedelics to sell to simpletons. Rich, reactionary Republicans who don't know they're gay. God bless America. That's what you get. Now, actually, at my age, I don't know much about sex anymore, but I remember. Yes, I remember. I remember. And I remember dating this one woman. Oh, it was doomed. Have you ever had a relationship and it's just doomed from the start? No. You're not. Plug him in. Plug him in. What? All of them so far. Yes, right. And what kinds of things doom your relationships? You being in them. That's right. All right. Yeah, in my case, we were so different. I was male and she was female. We were ruined. I had been divorced and she'd never even been married yet. So I wasn't going to be her first divorce. I mean, there were just all these things in the way. And one day she came to me with a drawer and she said, this is for you to put some clean clothes into. I don't know what kind of hint that was, but she put some clean... Have any of you had the drawer thing? Have you ever done the drawer, got the point where this is the drawer? Okay. Yeah, the drawer, it's before moving in, right? Okay, so she's brought the drawer to me, and she said, put some clothes in it, and I said, I don't think I'm ready. That'd be too much commitment. So she dumped me. But she said a strange thing. She said, I shouldn't say this, but I have had more orgasms with you than with any other man I've ever known. She said, I've had more orgasms with you than with any other man I've ever known. She said, Paul Sanford, I have had more orgasms with you than... Well, I don't expect laughter on it. I just like to get that out there. It's really hard to fit into an ordinary conversation, you know? I guess it's like having a giant... I don't do dirty humor. Anyway, so that was that relationship. And then I met my daughter's mother, and I was happily married to her for almost 10 years, and she was almost happily married to me for about half that long. And we had 2 beautiful children. And my daughter says to me, my daughter is with me, and women come by and they look at us and they say, that is disgusting. He's old enough to be her father. And I say, no, her grandfather. Both of which are true. And the men look and they say, well, that lucky son of a bitch, how does he do it? Right? So, by the way, if you say, right, you know, in your set, right, then you're not really making the joke good. You're just kind of substituting for it by saying, right? Like, you were supposed to have laughed there louder than you did, right? Okay. So, and then she'll say, Daddy, don't look at those young girls. They're too young for you. And I say, well, I'm just thinking of how lovely their mothers must be. And she says, their mothers are too young for you. I say, okay, I'll date the grandmothers. Is it okay if I date the grandmothers? Okay, am I old enough for the grandmothers? All right. So I go online to find the grandmothers. But all I get back are money shots. You know, pictures of women who look like Ulysses S. Grant, Benjamin Franklin, George Washington. And I say to myself, if this is the field I have to plow, I shall have to sharpen my tool. And I, put some boost in my rocket, some stiff in my spine, more wood in my wood. Do I have to spell it? I go to get the medication. And in the pharmacy, the young woman who's the age of my daughter, it's really nice to talk to a young woman the age of your daughter about your flaccid penis. She says, Mr. Sanford, according to the insurance company, you only get, that's Paul Sanford, the one with all the orgasms. Okay, that Mr. Sanford, according to the insurance company, you only get 4 a month. 4 a month. And I said, 4 a month? That is an outrage. I am outraged. Is the insurance company made up of women? It sounds like my ex-wife. 4 a month is all you need. Yes! And then I think, it's been a long time since I've had any. 4 a month sounds pretty good. So I say to her, is that guaranteed? She gives me a strange look and says, well, Mr. Sanford, in these things, nothing is guaranteed. That's my daughter's line. She said it would be funny.
It's not funny. It doesn't work.
She said I needed that at that point. All right. So then a woman called me up and asked me, does that medication work on you? And I said, well, I've actually never tried it with another human being. She said, how long has it been since you've had sex? And I said, oh, wow. She said, you mean like 6 months? And I said, longer than that. She says, a year? And I say, longer than that. She said, well, don't be coy. How long has it been? And I say, since 1993. Sad but true. And she said, you must just be filled with energy. I'm going to take you on as a project. But they never do. They never do. In this case, probably just as well. So I went online to get more medicine, and this one said it would increase the size of your sexual organ, guaranteed. So I took it, and I paid the $9.95, and sure enough, my prostate was this big. So I went to the prostate doctor, and he was giving me the exam, how they examine, it's a rectal exam. Rectal's not a dirty word. And they're, feeling, and he says, what do you think of the presidential race? And I said, doctor, At this point, whatever, just tell me what you want me to say. It's like being waterboarded. And he says, yeah, well, I mean, ever since Santorum fell out. And I said, Santorum fell out? No Santorum, there's no Santorum back there. Dropped out. Santorum dropped out. Fell out is probably better. What do you think? Keep it fell out? Okay. Oh, I'm supposed to get out of here. All right. He examined it, he said, we found a little polyp, and we'll have to get it out. And that's how I became a cancer survivor.
Woo!
So early detection is very important. And if he ever says to you, I don't want another man's finger, well, then practice at home so he gets used to it. Practice, practice, practice. That friendly finger will save his life. This has been a fake public service announcement. If it had been a real public service announcement, I'd have been a lot better looking.
Yay, Daddy! Woo!